Done.
You close the camera. Anyway.
It's open. It's running.
All right. I'm Leah.
I'm Steve.
Together we are Frugal Vagabond.
Third Rock Vagabond.
Right. Okay. So today we were in, we docked in Naples, and we went to Sorrento and Pompeii.
Yep.
And Sorrento was nice. Beautiful place.
Very beautiful. Loved it.
Loved Pompeii even more. Not as beautiful.
Not as many amenities.
Not as many amenities.
Yeah.
But
it was still hot though. You think it would have cooled down by now? It was just
get
too
it
hot.
from the lava. Yeah, he's been telling. That's the third time I've heard that joke today. Anyway, we had a great time. One of our friends organized the tour. There were only 8 of us on, so
yes, so it was nice.
It was really kind of nice. We had a very lovely lunch in Sorrento.
We did,
and everybody except for me ordered pizza.
Yes, or some sort of pizza.
Or some sort of pizza.
Mine was a folded over pizza.
Yes.
Called a calzone.
The famous calzone. Everybody knows what that is.
Yes.
So, again, as always, if you have questions, let us know. Happy to answer them for you.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow is Rome, but it's also a changeover day. We actually end an individual sailing and start a new one.
Right. So, and it's going to be a really early morning and a very long day tomorrow because originally, I can't remember if I talked about this yesterday or not, but originally we were supposed to be leaving at either 11 or 11:15, but we docked at like 6 or 7 in the morning.
I think it's really earlier than that. Captain Stig mentioned earlier.
Right. So gangway down won't be until 6 or 7 or whatever.
We don't know how early it's
going to be, but after they had the Q&A session a couple of days ago, which by the way is also posted on YouTube if you're interested in listening to it. I just completely lost my train of thought.
They talked about allowing us to go in earlier to have some free time before the whole excursion started with lunch and going to the Colosseum and going to the Forum.
Because a bunch of people complained about wasting all of that time sitting on the ship when we could be out exploring. Because Rome is such a huge city and there's so many things to do. A lot of people wanted to go in early, do their own thing, and then meet up with the excursion later.
Yeah.
So that is what they set up. So we put in the request, did all the paperwork, and so now we're meeting our group at 7:45 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't think
about 8.
I don't think we're getting back until late.
Yes. Well, all aboard is 7:30.
Right. But the whole excursion I think is 9 or 10 hours.
Yeah.
And we may or may not get to see the inside of the Colosseum anyway.
Because
they've been doing the setting expectations thing.
Yeah, they say there's so many people there right now, and it's hard to get in. And if it ends up being longer, once we get into the line, if it's longer than 45 minutes, they'll probably pull us out and
just go around the outside of the Colosseum and get the tour guide info doing that. Anyway, so yes, if you're a cruiser and you've ever done a back-to-back cruise before, you know that the process for disembarkation is a little bit different than when you're actually leaving the cruise and going home.
Yeah.
So for the end of your cruise going home, generally speaking, you have to have your luggage outside. If you want assistance with your luggage, you have to have it out like 10 p.m. or 9, whatever, the night before. They tell you what time. And then and then once you're called by
departure numbers,
I think are broken down by floor or deck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Broken down by deck. So they tell you when it's your time to disembark so they don't have, hundreds of people
mass exodus
trying to get out in 10 minutes. So once you do that, generally speaking in the terminal, the luggage will be stacked up based on, again, room numbers or your luggage tag numbers, I guess. Yeah. I'm not really sure how
it's baggage claim. They put them all into an big open room, and you go find it.
Find your luggage, and then you can exit the terminal building and go home.
Yep.
Now, if you're a consecutive cruiser and you're staying in the same cabin, you don't have to do any of that stuff. And generally speaking, the last couple times, or I guess it's technically just once that we did that
Yeah,
before we got on this cruise. But
yeah.
they and usually there aren't as many because it's the full world cruise, right? There's 600 or 700 of us, and we're not all going to fit in the theater as they're trying to get excursions, out the door too. So for the other ones we did on a normal cruise, we sat in like a safari lounge or something
Mm-hmm.
close to that setup. There was maybe 20 of us,
Yeah.
and so they waited for everybody to get off the ship, and then they, checked
Ran
out
us
our old
through.
cards, and then checked us in with our new cards, and we didn't have to leave the ship at all.
Yeah.
That's not the same for every port, but it was in the times that we did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but so since I've been blabbing, why don't you tell them how the situation is different for the world cruisers? Safety.
Oh yeah,
The safety stuff and
the actually the chief of safety. I can't remember what his actual rank is, but anyway, he's the one that determined that the world cruisers didn't have to do the full thing every single sailing. We only had to do it every at the beginning of every segment, which is the quarter segment, 4 segments. So each one of those, we did it in Miami, we did it in
Los Angeles,
LA. I can't remember where the third one was, but
Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai.
yeah, it was.
It?
Yes, yes.
Abu Dhabi, I think.
And so it was nice. We didn't have to run around and do all the other stuff like the rest of it. We've been on the ship the whole time.
Our muster station doesn't your muster station doesn't change unless you change rooms.
Right.
So
right. Sometimes it may not, but usually it does.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we're really looking forward to Rome, even though it's going to be hot and crowded.
Yep.
And I'm quite sure full of pickpockets.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've been discussing that amongst ourselves for the last couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there.
Hi Hernan.
How
Is
you
it
doing?
really Hernan or is it Regina who's on? Anyway, good to
Glad
see
to see
you.
you.
We miss you. I hope you guys has the president. I think the president's cruise has
It's
started.
already started. Yeah.
Hernan, our friends Hernan and Regina, left us, abandoned the Ultimate World Cruise, and went to join the president's cruise.
Yeah. Hope
They
they're having
didn't really abandon
no.
us.
I hope they're having a blast. But yeah, they're going to come back. They're going to come back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the hearts. Love it.
Yes, love it, love it.
I don't think they are.
I thought they are.
It's scorching in Rome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So looking forward to
And
it.
y'all are going to make it back to the world cruise, right?
I thought it was Regina. Regina, let us know if you're coming back because I
Yeah,
don't remember
I
if you
was
said you
thinking
were
y'all
coming
are.
back at the end or
After the
first
president's cruise.
Anyway, so that's our excitement.
Yeah.
So I have actually seen the outside of the Coliseum before, so I'm not super excited about seeing the outside again.
I haven't.
And you haven't seen either. So
Nope.
crossing our fingers that we get in.
First time to Rome, first time to Italy since we started. I like Italy.
There's food, there's wine. What's not to love?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Anyway, that's the update for today. Got off today. No, we're done. Okay.
Oh, we're done. Okay. Well, we miss y'all and
We do miss
hope
you.
y'all have a safe trip home and enjoy the rest of your travels.
And that is our update
Yep.
for June 30th. Tomorrow, July 1, and Rome.
Rome, Rome.
See you next time. See you tomorrow.
Love you. Bye bye.